Dylan, BYU football is ranked in the top 20 for the first time in 4 years. And I know that your coaches have coached you to address this and approach it very carefully. So how do you take the number 20 national ranking in stride and not let it get to your minds and your heads?
Yeah, I think the one thing that you do is you look at it on Sunday, you see it, you smile, you enjoy it, and then you come ready and, you look at the bigger picture, and that's Washington this week. So, I mean, yeah, it's fun, but it's not the big scheme of things. It's not the most important thing.
What were some of your and the team's top takeaways from the win over McNeese?
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of room to grow. I mean, was it a perfect game? Absolutely not. Should there have been more points on the board? Absolutely. And I think that just comes down to, everyone really looking and seeing, what can I do better? And I think that's going to be a great opportunity to do today, this afternoon when we watch film.
What do you feel like you and the receivers can do better?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just got to gain, the ability to sit there and go that we can run routes, we can catch the ball, and we have to be able to prove that and gain a relationship with the quarterback so that they can trust that and they know that we are available and ready to go. But no matter what the game plan is, man, like our mindset is just to go out and do our job the best that we can.
Kind of weird that through 4 games, the longest pass play is 31 yards. There have been shots taken down the field, but like you said, just need to complete those. So what are some of the keys to making sure, hey, let's get a couple more chunk plays in the passing game?
Yeah, I mean, I think that just comes down to what we're doing every single day in practice. And, there needs to be, more focus on the beginning and before practice and after practice and being able to work with those guys one-on-ones because there's only so much that the coaches can do. They can plug in a mindset, they can plug in a game plan, and it's up to us to really execute as the 11 guys on the field. And so what we can do as individuals and what we can do as a group together as the players, that's really where it's going to come into play. And, we just need to do some more of that, and that's clear. But right now it's hard not to be happy with where we're at as a team, and pretty cool to see the success that we're having.
BYU senior wide receiver Dylan Collie with us. How would you rate your individual performance through the first 4 games of the season?
Yeah, I mean it's a growing game, man, and it hasn't been perfect. Absolutely not. Have there been times where I kind of look at and focus on what could I have done better every single day? But through the first 4 games, I think I've done okay to be someone that is dependable and reliable in certain situations. And so now it's just a matter of gaining that trust through every single play and being a first down to 4th down guy. And that just comes with what I do from Monday to Friday.
You're one of the jet sweep guys. Describe how that has opened up the run game north and south as you guys go east and west.
Absolutely. I mean, you think about the confusion on a highway when people are going east and west and north and south. You can only imagine what it does to a defense in a confined box. And so the ability to take 1, 2, 3 guys away from the box is huge. And so that just opens up holes both, going north and south and east and west. And I think that's why we do have so many huge runs with, Squally and Zach and, whether it be me, Leva, or Dax, there's opportunities where we're running the ball 8 yards a carry simply off deception.
I know that there are options when you come to the line, and Tanner can change it up. So at what point do you know, okay, it's actually coming to me, and I'm going to be running on the jet sweep?
I can't share all the secrets, but there are certain times, just depending on reads, depending on, amount of guys in the box and things like that, where you can kind of tell, okay, this is probably going to be a better situation. Now it's up to Tanner to really make that decision, and, it's a 50-50 go, and so you just always got to be ready for it. And unfortunately Saturday there was one where I wasn't ready for it, and that's unfortunate and things like that. But that's what learning and growing is for. That's the growth mindset.
Yes,
I don't know if you've heard about. Yeah,
we were talking about that before this interview. The growth mindset. In that moment when you got it, and then you give it to Micah. What did Micah say after the game? Because it just felt really rushed.
Yeah. No, it came hot. It definitely came hot out of my hands, and so. Both those situations were where you see a new situation, you see guys flying at you, and you want to be quick about it, but you just got to keep your composure. And I was a little hot off the press there, so that's my bad.
Back to the jet sweep. How are your brake pads? Because when you get that ball and you turn upfield, you have got to stop on a dime. So what kind of technique or things go into that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that just starts in the summer. That's the ability to do the change of direction drills that we do with our strength conditioning staff, and the things that we're doing on the side and making sure that you have power in every aspect of your leg and you're ready to go no matter what. And it also just comes down to your natural athletic ability. We've been playing football for a long time, and so the opportunity to really kind of get that ball and turn it into a backyard game, that's one of the most fun aspects of football.
What do you know about Washington's secondary specifically and what you're going up against with their pass defenders?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very clear that they got some ballers back there. I mean, it's a very respectable group. They're very athletic. But as in every, defense and every defensive back, there's holes to be taken advantage of. And so I think really what it's going to come down to is how precise we can be this week and how, we just take everything, and every day is going to need to be a perfect practice because, this team is extremely good. And so as long as we're progressing and getting better and we go on with the same mindset that we had, Saturday and the Saturday before that and the Saturday before that, we'll be just fine.
I feel like BYU's performed better in the 2 games on the road. Underdog, double-digit Heisman candidate on the other side. Is there something to that? Now here comes Washington, and it's a similar situation, right? Vegas says 17-point dog, which is a huge number, right? Is there an extra level of urgency when that kind of stuff comes out before a game, or is it the case?
I don't think it's the stuff that comes out in the media. I think it's just more so the natural occurrence that goes on in your head. And it's a matter of how can we take that and apply that to every single game and not just games like this. And so I do like the way that it has been set up to where we do have learning opportunities every single week to be able to say, okay, this week we do have this situation and this is how we're going to have to play. And so as we can take that and do that all 12, 13 games of the season, I think that's where you're going to find, plaques and awards and honors and everything like that. So
yeah, the mental edge that comes from being an underdog is one that, as you said, just kind of naturally comes in your mind. So how would you explain the mental edge of the team right now, knowing that you're going into Washington as a 2.5 touchdown underdog?
Yeah, I mean, you know that everyone does have a little bit of urgency, and it's something that's been growing since week 1, since we went to Arizona and we did what we did there. And so to be able to just carry over and stack that on top of each other, it's a lot easier to do that than to try and stack it on after 0 wins. And so the ability that we've had to go into other places and take advantage of those opportunities, I mean, there's a Hulk that's kind of being built about it. And so as long as we just keep growing, then that's the bigger we'll get.
Yeah, what do we need to do as media guys to make the Hulk come out? You tell us.
No, I mean, you guys do a great job. You guys are a good friend to the community and to our program. I think, really ultimately as long as people understand that we're doing what we can every single day. It's a fun game to watch, but it's not that easy of a game to play. And so our daily lives are consumed with what we can do to make this program, excel and succeed in the way that it did 10 years ago and 5 years ago and all these different things. So we're not perfect. We're not, we're not monsters. We're not, freaks of nature. What we are is human beings who love to play this game, and we love to play it for this community and this culture. And so just helping people understand that, we are human. But we do everything that we can to be successful and make fans happy.
Some guys in that locker room are freaks of nature, though, right?
Yeah.
Corbin, Kyrus, Mo, just to name a few.
Sione
is
a freak of nature in his mind. Like an absolute freak of nature.
You brought up 10 years ago. 10 years ago was the last time BYU played in Seattle. Brother Austin was on that team. BYU won because they blocked a PAT. So what's the conversation going to be like with Austin this week? Because he won up there, and that's the only BYU win in Seattle in 4 tries.
I like that. I remember that game very clearly, and that game was it was a fun one to watch. And I think the mindset that he's kind of instilled and the conversation that we have every single week is the exact same. And that's just, do what you can to contribute and be the best player that you can be and help this team win games. And so, when things change, that's when your mind changes. And so every single game is the exact same no matter who we're going against.
My favorite moment on the season on the sidelines probably is still during the Arizona game after you make that catch and Austin sprints 40 yards down into the middle of a huddle of players and is like celebrating with you.
No, that was definitely one of the more special moments. And if you've seen Austin and you've watched Austin and those types of things, that is not the Collie personality for him to do that. And so to see him down there was pretty. It was energizing. It was fun because it was very different.
Let's rewind to that game just for a second. Those moments with Austin first. Before the game, did you know he was one of the flag bearers? Because he met you out at the field, and it was this really cool moment.
Yeah, no, I actually didn't. I had no idea. I just knew that he was with Dennis and Max, and I didn't think really anything of it. I just knew that they were all coming down to the game, and so when I did run out there, I take my usual sprint all the way down to the end zone, and to see him down there was sweet, and it was a special surprise because I really wasn't expecting him down there, and I wasn't expecting that embrace, and so to be able to have that, it really got me going and put this entire experience into perspective on how special it is for me and our family to be back here.
Great stuff. Dylan, we appreciate the time.
Wait, I wanted to ask.
Oh, you want to ask one more?
I wanted to ask one more.
Okay. All right, here we go.
So Austin thinks that the ball on the punt return.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go.
He calls out from the sideline. Maybe you don't know this. You're looking at me like you don't know. You tell it because you were with us.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm on the sideline with Dennis and Max and Austin, and that punt comes down, and Kalani challenges the play because they think it hit the back of the Arizona defender's heel.
Well, guess who's vocal about
Because of Austin saying, "Oh no, it hit his foot." So Kalani looks down and says, "Did it hit him?" And he's like, "I think so."
It didn't hit him.
He said, "I was sure in the moment," and then Kalani looked at me, and I was a little scared.
Your reaction to Austin costing BYU timeout?
Listen, I think, sometimes there's a confident energy that we carry, and so when we see something, we want to make sure that it's known that we saw it, and if it happened, and do I think that he thought he was going to get that reaction or that type of confidence from Kalani? Probably not. But and that kind of made him think twice, and so it hasn't been brought up to me yet. So I didn't know that happened.
Yeah.
So now that you guys did, now I can bring it up to him.
You should ask Austin and Dennis about that.
Luckily, you didn't need that timeout later. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Luckily, we put ourselves in a pretty good position.
Austin doesn't hesitate often, but when Kalani stared at him with the fiery gaze, he was like, I think so.
Exactly. Hey, trust me, I've been there.
Yeah. All right. Great stuff, man. We appreciate the time. Good luck against Washington. Let's give you some BYU Sports Nation karma.
It's like good luck.
Yeah.
Go to Seattle.
They didn't give you this at Hawaii,
No,
okay?
they didn't.
At BYU, you get it. So good luck in Seattle.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.